Hey everyone, I'm Grant and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be working on installing a transfer case shifter for my MP231 on my diesel swap TJ Wrangler. Now, these parts were graciously provided by JB Custom Fabrications. He was a very early supporter of my channel when I really barely had any subscribers, and I cannot thank him enough for the support. His products are fantastic, and I just really like how they are designed, built, manufactured all here in the United States. And the quality is fantastic. So if you get a chance, please check out his website. But with that said, I'm going to get to work. So I realized before we get started, I should probably go over the parts that we are installing. So this is his billet shifter. I really like this because it's a very clean look and I can install it into my Wrangler without having to put any kind of console or cover over it. I can just have this and it's going to look really nice on the interior of my Wrangler. Obviously, I have a billet shifter for it. And by billet shifter, I mean a billet shifter knob that tells me all the gears that I have. I really like this design. It's clean. It's very easy to read with the high contrast of the silver with the black billet metal. Next, you get this in the kit as well. Now, this is all the bracketry and everything you need to hook up the cable that's going to run from the shifter to the transfer case. Now, I'm reusing the cable I originally had on my original setup because it was already the correct length. And I actually have the cable right here. Here is the cable. Now, I have used this cable before and it works fantastically for what it's designed to do. Really smooth setup, very durable, high grade. I really like using these cables and they're easy to work with as well. So I'm going to open up this bag, move the camera underneath the Jeep, and we're going to get to work. This bracket here is actually going to mount on that stud right there and this stud right here. And that's going to allow the cable to come past the transmission, and even though you can't really see it, the shifter lever is right there behind this U-joint. Actually, I can rotate it so you can see it. But we actually have a new one with the kit, so I'm not sure if we're going to be using this one or the one that came with the kit yet, but we'll get that figured out. So the first thing I need to do is remove this bolt. I actually have 3 nuts holding the MP231 to my transmission right now. So I'm going to quickly remove this one, move it to this one, and I actually need to switch out all the fasteners because I have these new ones that have a nylon locker in them so I don't have to worry about them backing out. Now, I'm only going to put in 1 fastener for now until I figure out just where exactly I need this piece. The nice thing about his kit is you can arrange this in multiple ways to make it work with your setup, which is a great thing because my setup is the definition of custom. Next, I'm going to feed that cable up through here, and we're going to be going into this grommet that's already existing on my firewall. That way we don't have to drill any new holes into the tub, which is just going to make our lives easier. As you can see, this is where the cable is now coming out, and this is about perfect for where I'm hoping to mount the transfer case shifter. That's actually really not bad. We could pull it back just a hair, and mounting it right here is going to actually be very nice because if I readjust myself into the seat, so I'm going to be like this, you know, I'm going to be driving like this, but to have this right here, notice how this is a nice handhold position for me, and it's not going to interfere with anything else, and this cable looks like it is the perfect length. So now that I know that the cable's going to work, I'm going to go ahead, install the cable into the shifter so I can accurately mark where I want to drill holes and put some nutserts, and then we're going to mount the shifter to my Wrangler. I have fully disassembled the billet shifter. This is a really trick design. Very easy to take apart. It's just 4 Phillips screws, 4 7/16 bolts, and then 1 3/4 inch, and the whole thing comes apart. Now with the shifter reassembled and attached to the cable, I can now figure out where I want to mount it. And I have it kind of where I think is going to work very well. It's out of all the moving linkage for my transmission shifter, so I don't have to worry about it hitting that. And it's still in a good spot where I can easily reach it and it feels comfortable to me as well. So I think I'm going to go ahead and mark the positions, then I'm going to drill some holes, install some nut certs, and we're going to get this mounted to my Wrangler. Now with the shifter installed and mounted to my Wrangler, we have to adjust the linkage on the bottom so we have full range of motion for all the modes on our transfer case. So now we are in 2 high, but I'm right on the edge on the range of motion on the shifter. So we are going to adjust that. That actually feels really good. The last thing I'm going to do is reconnect my drive shaft. Alright everyone, the shifter is installed and works beautifully. Right now it's in 2-wheel drive high. That's 4 high, that's neutral. Now I'm not going to go to 4 low because I have a synchronizer ring on my MP231. When I originally built my MP231, I thought it was a good idea to install it. What I didn't realize at the time is the transfer case really wants to be moving when it goes in and out of either low range to high range or high range to low range. So I'm not going to shift the transfer case into low range right now, but I can very easily shift between 2 high, 4 high, and neutral, and it looks great. It's exactly where I want it, so when I have my transmission and drive, I can be manually shifting, you know, go up a gear, go down a gear, and if I need it I can easily get into 4 high and focus on the trail that I'm trying to tackle. Again, huge shout out to JB Custom Fabrication. Please go check out his website. He has wonderful products, and again, the quality is just top notch. You cannot beat it. But anyway, it's YouTube. You know what to do. Take out more than you bring. Tread lightly, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.